So guys, PulseChain is booming, and in today's video I'm going to be covering the top cryptocurrencies that I believe in this PulseChain blockchain. Alright, so we have the P-Dais, we have the PulseRad that have been going crazy and on the loose lately, but in today's video I'm going to be covering more than just that. And the special thing about today's video is that I have for you guys a special exclusive technical analysis of those tokens so that we can get a pretty good idea about the next few days and next few weeks of what exactly is going on with that token and when you guys can DCA for the best opportunities. All right, guys, so if you like this kind of video, make sure to like the video, subscribe, comment down below, share with your friends, and if you're a PulseChain maxi, let me know in the comment section down below. Okay, so let's start off by talking about the major coins that for sure I'm going to be dollar cost averaging into, and that is going to be the Pulse token, PulseX token, the INC token, and the Hex on PulseChain token. Okay, so these tokens for sure you would want to have your position in them because they are the core tokens of the blockchain. It's like talking about Ethereum for Ethereum mainnet or Solana for Solana blockchain. Those tokens are the core tokens of this ecosystem, so you would want to probably have a portion of them in your bag, and there's always going to be a DCA goal for you. You would want to have 500 INC or 10 million PulseChain tokens. It doesn't matter. You know, every single person is going to have their own goal in their mind, but you would have to have some kind of DCA goal in your portfolio for the bull run, and you would also like to have some kind of take profit along the way, right? So, I mean, you would want to invest in something, but also enjoy the returns they're going to make from making the profits. Okay, so this is why I'm making today's video, is because one day we see those charts 20, 30, 40% in the green, and the other day they're down 10, 20%. This is crypto, but at the same time, people are taking their profits. It's a healthy decline in price. So overall, I'm very satisfied, but sometimes it could be very unexpected. So for me, I would like to at least know when to DCA, when would be a good position for me to DCA into, at which price, basically at which market cap, but also, is it the right time right now, or could it be in a week? You know, like I need to know when to DCA, but also at which price target, right? You can't just invest at any point. So I'm going to be talking about those four tokens. The next token I'm going to be talking about is going to be the PulseRad, and it's obvious why I'm going to be talking about this one. There's only 154,000 in supply. Okay, so the volume is crazy, the liquidity is crazy, and the recent price action, when it shot up to like 2,600, it shot up to 2,674. It was unreal. Like the whole PulseChain ecosystem went crazy. We kept on seeing green candles after green candles, and rumor has it that Richard Hart has a big supply of the PulseRad in his bag. So what that means is, it means that he is intending to do something with it, right? If he has it in his bag, he believes that at some point people are going to FOMO into this in a way that's going to, you know, turn heads, right? So if I was you, I would have a few WRAD in my portfolio, and this is why we're going to be examining the chart today. We're going to look at the TA, and we're going to see if this could be a good position for you to invest right now, or just a little bit, because you can see, like on the weekly chart, like on the weekly chart, we can see that it's fully green, right? The last few weeks, sorry. But if you look at the daily candle, you see there's a few reds. So what exactly is happening? We can see there's a triangle over here. What exactly is happening? When would be a good DCA? We're going to talk about that at the end of the video. Now, another one that has a crazy narrative has to be the P-Dai token, okay? Now, the P-Dai token, everybody wants this to peg to $1. There's a narrative behind it. There's a humongous community behind it. So if there is going to be something that happens with P-Dai, it's going to be based on the community, right? This community sentiment is going to be building this up to $1 million in liquidity, to 2 million liquidity, 10 million liquidity. Like this could be crazy in a matter of days, just like we saw. You guys can see over here from November 2nd all the way to today, it went from 0.0019 all the way to 0.2, right? And we even shot up to like 3.3 pennies, I think, right? It was like 3.4 pennies, right? So obviously this is going to be something that if you have a few million in your portfolio, I mean, few million might be too much at this price right now. Let's say 50,000, 100,000, 200,000 P-Dai in your portfolio. This could be a money changer, right? Obviously, none of the information I'm giving you today is financial advice. This could go to hell tomorrow. You never know, right? But what I talk to you guys about on this channel, usually are stuff that I believe in, stuff that I am going to be putting some money into, DCAing into. And in fact, what I'm going to be doing is actually based off of the TA that I got today. Obviously, it's not something that we're saying is going to be 100% accurate. It's still TA, right? Anything could happen that could reverse the TA tomorrow. But at least it gives us some kind of idea, some kind of indication as to what exactly is at stake when we're DCAing into these coins. And based off of those TAs, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be actually DCAing in a new wallet. Okay, so I'm going to create a brand new wallet and I'm going to DCA on those targets and we're going to see if those TAs pan out, right? So whatever, bro, I'm going to do like 50 bucks or 100 bucks. I'm going to put in that wallet. And whatever I see is a good position or we actually hit our buy zone, I'm going to go ahead and put in a few, whatever, like 50 bucks, 20 bucks into a specific token and see if actually it goes up in price, if we're actually making a good decision. This might be like $1,000 account, $2,000, $5,000, $10,000 account at one point, right? So let's see what happens, guys. But, from what I saw on Telegram so far, Sabrina, thank you for the TA. You're like wonderful. Sabrina, our TA analyst admin on Telegram, she's been amazing. She is the one who gave me the TA for today's video. But from some of the TAs that she actually created for us on Telegram in the TA section, price analysis, technical analysis section, you guys want to go ahead and click on the link in the description, join Telegram, and you're going to see that topic there. If you guys want anything analyzed, something that actually is a good project, not a meme that launched yesterday, we can help you get that TA if you want. So just go ahead and click the link in the description, join the Telegram, and ask us if you want. Just tag me or tag Sabrina, and we'll be happy to help you there. But based off of those TAs, I'm going to actually be putting some money behind it and see what happens, right? I'm gonna leave. I don't know. I'm gonna do this social experiment, guys. If you guys want to participate in this, you can do it completely anonymously. It doesn't really matter, but I'm going to leave the wallet address in the description of the video. If you guys want to throw in 10 bucks, 20 bucks, whatever, then, if we actually end up making some profits from here till the bull run, then I'm going to be sharing that with the community. Obviously, I'm not going to take any of that. If you guys know me, if you don't know me, just watch my other videos. I have like a few hundred videos. Okay, let's move on. Okay, and the last one we're going to be talking about today, guys, it has to be a meme coin. Now, obviously, a lot of these projects that we talked about today could be considered meme coins when you're talking to somebody who just owns Bitcoins and Ethereums, right? But for me, a meme coin is something that is much more than, a core token of a blockchain. A meme coin is something that is like Bear, right? Teddy Bear is the primary, for me, in my eyes, the primary token that is a meme on PulseChain. And that's why this is going to be probably the only one that I'm going to be DCAing for a long time, right? So it's been almost 500 days that this token is on the market. If we look at the weekly chart, right? Look at the weekly chart, bro. Look at the weekly chart. This is crazy. This is crazy. We're like at a almost all-time high right now. Like the all-time high was what? Like the 6 zeros 1255. Right now we're at 6 zeros 1186. So I mean, it's safe to say that right now my wallet is pretty nice, sitting pretty nice, because I've been DCAing for a long time. We've been talking about Teddy Bear for a long time, and if you guys have been DCAing back when we first started talking about it, then you guys would be sitting pretty right now, right? But I'm gonna do a price analysis on this right now. It's probably hard to do a price analysis on this because the token is at an all-time high right now, right? But we're going to talk about when is a good time to buy, and you guys can make your own decision on that. So guys, let's jump into the TA before we talk about that special project that, we talked about already. It's not that special, but it's already doing some great moves so far. All right, so let's start by talking about the WRAP BTC. All right, so you guys can see the TA over here. I'm so excited, guys. So we hit the all-time high at roughly 2,600, right? So it has a strong momentum back to the upside. So for those who are not in right now, it's best to see if it can pull back to the 1200 zone. Now guys, don't come after us if it doesn't hit the 1200 zone, okay? So this is completely TA. It's just some kind of indication for you guys to base your DCA targets, right? So if you think this would actually go towards the $1,200 zone, or if you actually see it dip quickly and then gain back some momentum, it might be a good idea to throw in a few $100, but it doesn't mean you're going to put all of your money and then it's going to keep going down. Then you come and blame me on the video, right? Comment down below, Mo, you actually scammed me, whatever. This is just to give you guys some kind of example, okay? PulseRad BTC has a strong momentum back to the upside, which is potentially good. For those not in it, it's best to see if it can pull back to the 1200 zone. If not, then buying the small dips with a target of the highs would be a low risk opportunity, okay? So a lot of people, what they did, including myself, is they sold when it was a bit higher, and you know, it dipped, it went back up. It dipped, it went back up. So I was always having trouble figuring out when would be a good time for me to buy, right? So what I ended up telling myself is I'm actually just going to keep at least one Bitcoin in my wallet. So I have that one Bitcoin, right? And I'm going to slowly dollar cost average myself back into my position. And with the LPs that I'm farming on Orca, on my Solana position, I'm going to be taking some dividends from there, bringing it back over here. I'm going to buy some of the tokens I'm going to be talking about today, because I highly believe that PulseChain is going to make heads turn, right? PulseChain would probably be one of the winners of this bull run cycle. And the reason why I'm saying that is because a few months ago, people were all like devastated, like PulseChain is dying, nothing is coming out of this SEC case, Richard Hart is scamming everybody. But there was so many hardcore Hexicans, hardcore PulseChain token holders, just PulseChain ecosystem community members that have been rallying and DCAing into these tokens, that when you see crazy green candles like this, you know that something is about to cook, right? And if I were you, I would just DCA whenever I feel like it would be a good opportunity and take my profits, if anything, right? Because a lot of these tokens are very, very volatile. So if you go up, take some profit, it's going to come back down, buy back in at a lower price, right? It could be a potential strategy if you know what you're doing, and if you're, you know, if you have your attention on the screen and you're watching the chart on a daily basis. If not, just buy and hold. That's always a good strategy. Buy, hold, and wait for the gains to show up on your wallet. Because sometimes when I wake up and I look at my wallet, I'm like, yo, what the hell happened? And you see a random PulseChain token up 40%. And you're like, yo, yesterday it was this much, now it's like 40% more. This is crazy. Anyways, when you DCA frequently and you see your hard work pay off, you could be, you're happy, you know, like you're just super happy. Okay, now here we can see that when the fib is drawn, right? So when you do the fib from the bottom over here, from the peak bottom, what Sabrina calls it, all the way to the peak top, you can see that the support is right on the 618 line, right over here, which is the $1,200 zone, which is a strong support, which means that every time it goes back to the 0.618 fib line, it's actually bouncing back and it's not going below that, right? I remember I was on Moonshot Gems Telegram, and somebody, I'm so sorry if I'm not naming you, but somebody said that it's not going under 1,000 after we had that huge run, right? And he was completely right. Like the support right now is at the $1,200 zone, which is the 0.618, okay? So that is a major support zone, which might indicate that if it's going to go back towards that area, it might bounce back up, right? If it goes below that, then probably we're looking at somewhere around the $756 zone, but that would be discussed in a later video if we feel like this is actually going below 1,200. Now, let's talk about the DAI on PulseChain. Okay, so it had a huge run up, obviously, and everybody was super excited. Everybody was like, this is going to go to 5 pennies right away. But what we can see right now is that it actually touched this zone. You can see it touched it once, twice, and almost a few other times over here. So it would be a good opportunity if you could see that it touched a resistance line over here, resistance over here, and it kind of touched it as support over here, so like the opposite. So we can see that it's a strong buying position right over here around the 116, around the 0.016 area, which could be an indication that it's going to bounce back up just like the WRAP BTC to a higher position. Obviously, because these tokens are reaching a momentum where it's very high for what it is, there's not a lot of indication as to when to take profits, but that is going to be a judgment call from you. Whenever you feel like it's time to take a bit of profit, just scalp some off the top, then you can go ahead and do that. So P-Dai most recent breakout signals that there is still room to run, so a pullback around the 0.01650 would be ideal. Thank you, Sabrina. All right, so P-Dai is respecting the trend line by creating higher highs and higher lows. So you guys can see higher highs over here, and higher lows that keep building up and keep touching that trend line, which is beautiful. Very well drawn chart. Okay, so if the horizontal entry line does not provide an opportunity, then you can buy the dips on each confirmed higher low. So you guys can see over here, it's a higher low around the 0.024. You guys can do a good DCA over here if it doesn't break that line. Then it's going to bounce back up, and then if it touches somewhere around here, obviously the numbers are not 1000% accurate. I mean, it could touch the line over here, it could touch it over here, it could touch it over here. Wherever it touches it around that line, you guys can try to redraw that same exact graph on your deck screener, and you could assume that this would be a good buying position. Buy in, DCA in, and then hopefully this is going to help you and push your chart a bit further up. All right, now let's talk about INC. We talked about two of the most volatile tokens in the last couple of weeks. Now let's talk about the tokens that are actually the core tokens of the blockchain that have been here for a long time, and everybody's probably super excited to talk about them. Let's start with INC. So INC is curving up to signal a possible parabolic move to previous zones. Yo, I'm super excited for this. The best buying opportunity would be a pullback around the 1.6 area, but if not, then buy the dips and take profits along the way. So that's going to be up to you guys. But if you guys can see, it keeps going up and coming back to the buy zone, goes up, comes back to the strong buy zone. It went up, so it might come somewhere here. It might end over here on that line over here on the $3 mark, or it might dip down. If it dips down under $3 mark, it might come somewhere between $2 to $3. So around that area is where I would DCA in that new account that I'm going to do. Between $2 to $3 is where I'm going to be DCAing, and hopefully, you know, that's going to go back up. If it does actually go to a parabolic move, which obviously could be mid 2025, it could be in the beginning of 2025, we're not sure, right? This is just some analysis. It would be a zone that I previously probably wouldn't have taken profits in, but now I would, because I know that it's always best to take profits when you're going up rather than taking profits when you're going back down from $10 all the way down to the $2 zone. Okay, now let's talk about the wrap pulse or the pulse token, right? So the pulse token appears to be forming a cup and handle bullish pattern. You guys can see the handles over here. This is the cup. So the wrap pulse appears to be forming a cup and handle bullish pattern, a pullback to a pullback of the handle to 0.0006 would be ideal, but if not, then buying the dips and targeting the upside would be best. So if, let's say, you buy somewhere around here and then the chart goes back up, I would probably aim to this area and I would take some of the profits out, and then it would probably dip back down. It would dip back down, dip back down, and then go back up, right? I don't think it would do something crazy like this unless, let's say, the SEC charges are dropped and Richard Hart comes on and does like a stream or something, which I highly doubt he's going to come back on and do a stream. But if that would happen, you would probably see a crazy green candle and bring you all the way back up to take profit number 3. But I doubt that's going to happen. So these are some kind of estimations that you guys can take into consideration when you want to take your profit. Regarding Hex, okay, let's look at Hex. Now, this Hex one, I was excited to talk about, so let's see exactly what we're talking about over here. Hex is currently testing a resistance zone. If we can pull back to mid-level, so support is 0.2150, and bounce, then that would be the signal that it's ready to shoot for all-time highs. If we get a break of resistance instead, then look for a retest at resistance, turn support for entry. Okay, so let's say the chart goes up. What happens is that the chart shoots up, right? And then it comes back down and it breaks within that purple green zone. Then I would be buying over here. It would be a good opportunity to buy it, right? But let's say it actually supports itself at the resistance and then keep going back up, right? Then it's going to probably target the all-time high, which is somewhere around the 0.045. At that point, it would be a good idea to take profits. So anywhere above this purple zone, if you're in decent profits, it would be a good idea. But try to time it in a way where it's as close as possible to the all-time highs, because I think logically, from a psychological point of view, that's where everybody is probably going to want to take profits. Don't take it exactly at all-time high. I would do a little bit under, just because psychologically, everybody's going to want to aim for the all-time high. If you take it a little bit before, you're probably going to be winning. You know, you're going to take some profits and you're not going to lose that much, right? The risk to reward ratio is not going to be that crazy, right? Now, let's talk about PulseX, okay? PulseX, and after this one is going to be Teddy Bear, and then we're going to move on to the last part of the video. Now, PulseX, you guys can see over here that is doing some pretty good moves. It does some crazy run-up, and then it gets a dip because everybody's taking profits. Then it does a run-up, right? So, right now it's on some kind of like reversal, right? So, PulseX has made a double bottom, and will more likely shoot up to test a previous zone. A pullback to 0.0004380 area would be best entry for continuation. Okay, so somewhere around here. All right. Look for take profits at previous resistance zones, which is somewhere around here. First profit, because resistance, it means that's where it peaked and then people started selling again. That's where you would probably need to take some profits. And then if it keeps going past the resistance, then take profit number 2 would be ideal. Anywhere past take profit 1 is an ideal point for you to take profits, right? So let's say it goes to 0.00011. It doesn't mean you don't sell because you're going to wait for TP2, right? You're going to take some profits. If you haven't taken profits already, it's going to probably come back down. And then when it goes back up, that's when you take a second take profit, right? All right, Teddy Bear. So we talked about Teddy Bear briefly in the beginning, and we said that right now we're almost at an all-time high. Okay, so let's look at what Sabria told us to do when it comes to Teddy Bear. Teddy just broke through resistance and made a new high. Wait for a retest of the zone and look to enter around 0.8 area. We are in no man's land, so targets should be based on personal goal percentages. So just like I said, guys, we don't know what to expect, okay? So we really don't know what to expect, but it's a beautiful thing that we're able to actually have a pretty good idea of what the situation is, because we took the all-time high, right? We can come back down to the resistance area over here. If it breaks below, then just wait to see what happens. Let it cool down. And then if it goes back up and touches that resistance and dips back down, then it's not that bullish. But if it breaks the resistance again, we might aim for all-time high again. So just be wary of that. Take some percentages where you think it's going to be fit. If we do not see another leg up, but a pullback instead, watch the 0.05 area for an entry. It would be a bounce off of major fib level, which is the 618 again, right? So this would be a great buy zone if we don't keep going back up. Guys, I hope you really enjoyed these technical analysis. I really enjoyed going over it with you guys. If you guys need other technical analysis like this, make sure to go to the description, click on the link for the free Telegram chat. Just come in, join us, have fun. And if there's any coins you guys want to take, you guys want to TA on, just tag Sabrina, tag me, tag that coin, and give us the chart, and we'll help you with that technical analysis. If not, if you just want me to review these in videos, then just go in the description below. Let me know what kind of technical analysis you guys want, whether it's blue chips, altcoins, Bitcoin, whatever it is, let us know, and we'll make a future video on that. Okay, guys? So you guys may be wondering, what the hell is this project that this guy wants to talk to us about, okay? And it's a project that launched actually a few days ago, and it's Incognito, baby. So you guys remember we did a donation to the Incognito pre-sale or whatever that was at that point. And guys, when the project launched, like, it did some crazy numbers. Like, it did 500% overnight, right? In 24 hours, like 500, 600%. It was like number 1 on Dex Screener. It kept going back up. And if we look at the bottom, let's say at launch, all the way to the top, that was like a 5x, right? If you got in at the bottom, you got a 5x, right? And it like stealth launched, like nobody knew, like it was a fair launch, you know, like any other PulseChain token. A lot of these tokens here on PulseChain, they're fair launches, right? And then it took a good massive dip that everybody was taking profits in, right? But it's not that massive. I'm saying massive. It's not that massive. It went down like 37%. It went down less than the pump that we had at launch. But then you guys can see so far is going crazy. It's going crazy. Like the chart from the bottom, okay, all the way till here, it's done an 11x. So for whoever got in early, and there's a lot of people that got in early after I made that video. I mean, I made a video and a few other PulseChain creators made videos. We were one of the first. This is something that the dev told me to tell you guys. It's one of the first. We're one of the first people that actually talked about this project, and it's done crazy numbers. And the beautiful thing about this project is that they're pairing with everything. They're pairing with Teddy Bear. They're pairing with RABBTC, with P-Dai, with INC, with PulseX, with Hex, with everything. They're pairing with everything, which means that the more those tokens are going up in value, the more Incognito is going up in value as well, which is what makes this project very good. Okay, so if we go to the bottom over here, you guys can see that so far there has been 313,000 Incognito burnt. Okay, that's 10% Incognito burnt. That's crazy. In regards to INC, there's 2,651 INC burnt. That's the protocol. They're burning INC and they're burning Incognito as well. So the more people buy, the more people sell, the more that contributes to the burning. The more the tokens go up in value, the more your LPs go up in value, and the more everybody's happy, basically, right? So there's almost $9,000 worth of INC that was burnt. Okay, so total yield so far for all the people that are staked, or sorry, the people that are holding Incognito in their wallet or holding Incognito LPs in their wallet, 44,000 total yield, which is really good. That's really, really good, right? I mean, they're doing some crazy stuff, guys, so congrats to them. If you guys want to know more about this, I made a video on this to cover all the tokenomics and whatnot and show you guys how to get in. But if you guys want to go ahead to their Telegram, to their X account, I'm going to leave the link in the description. You guys can go ahead and let them know that you saw the video and you guys want to learn more. Okay, guys, so if you guys have any questions, I hope you guys liked the video. If you have any questions, make sure to leave them in the comment section below. Please like, subscribe, comment, share, and tell me what your favorite PulseChain token is in the comment section below. All right, guys, thank you so much and have a great day.